express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, one more do say. Coming up. Yeah. Come on up now. Come on, can't stop me. Come on, you coming up.
Hey, 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 everybody, come on in. Come on in. It is Terrific Tuesday. And what does that mean? That means the House of Peach podcast is on the air. I need you to come in. I need you to tag somebody, share this out, let them know that we are here. We have another great show for you. We want you to join in. We want you to comment. We want you to subscribe. We want you to do all of those things that will keep you in tune with what's going on with House of Peach. I am happy to be here with you today. I'm a little sad because I don't have my sidekick, my road dog with me because she's traveling. However, I think we'll do just fine, just us on tonight. We'll carry it until she's back with us on next week. I hope you had a fantastic day. I hope that you've been great from last Tuesday up until now. We want you to come in. I need you to comment. When you come in, comment. I want to acknowledge you. Share this out. We want to blow this up and get as many viewers on as we can. Not only do we want you viewing, we want you to comment. So let me give you a little background on House of Peach. For those of you that might be new, might not really understand what we're about, House of Peach, we come to inspire you, to motivate you, to encourage you, to uplift you, to be your best self. To be better than you were yesterday, be better than you were last year. We are making connections with people. Our guests are coming. They're female entrepreneurs. They're coming on here, dropping some serious gems, giving us some serious nuggets about life and how they do life, how they got into entrepreneurship, the things that they got, how they get into it, how things happen, what went on, the good, bad, the ugly, and how they overcame. So it's helping us all. So I am excited that we have had the opportunity since January of this year to come into your home every Tuesday evening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to share with you another female entrepreneur, what she's doing in her business, her life, her community, and then how she can help you, how you can get connected. See, everyone that has come on has given us something that we can apply to our lives to make our lives better. We had Miss Frederica Thomas come on, who talked about juicing and how that has helped her. She deals with fibromyalgia, so she gave all of these different recipes, started a business off of just making her juice. And she so helped so many people to think about their own health, to be able to go and try that, to reach out to her. Other entrepreneurs, oh my goodness, it has been phenomenal. Like every week, it has been great. So today it's going to be nothing less than amazing. Nothing less than amazing. So let me give you a little announcements. So next week, now we all know, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And even though we have not up until now had any discussion about that, next Tuesday, we have a very special guest who will be on, who discuss her own trek with breast cancer and beating it. And what that has done for her and how it was going through. Y'all, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about how we are going to be encouraged by her story. We're not going to leave it out. We are still going to talk about it. She's a female entrepreneur, but she's going to come in and she's going to talk to us about that as we recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month and everything that's entailed. Those that have survived and are in remission, those that did not survive, we still want to honor them because they did fight the good fight, right? But for those that have made it and God bless them to survive and be healed of it, we want to hear their story, because I know without a doubt the perseverance that she has, that Smack has, that she's going to share with us next week, the perseverance that she had, days that she wanted to give up and she didn't, she kept going, is what helped get her to where she is. So next Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:15 Central, and 4:15 Pacific, we are going to have her on. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about that. So women, make sure that you are on next week, because we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about that. So also the last Tuesday in this month, y'all, I can't believe that it's almost, we're in the middle of October. Like, this year is zoomed on by, and it has. But that means we still yet have time to accomplish things that we want to in our lives in 2023. We still have time to do it. So you need to be tuned in every Tuesday on this podcast, because you never know who we're going to have on that has the key, that has the information that you need so you can succeed and do what you want to do this year. Not next year, this year. So if I were you, I wouldn't miss another Tuesday. Not ever. Not this year, and definitely not in 2024. I would be on. I would tune in. I would take an hour of my time. You can listen and do things at home and cook and clean and whatever. Just be listening, just tuned in, because I guarantee you there will be at least one thing that's said on the show that will so bless you, that will minister to your spirit, and you need to be on. The only way you can get that is by being on. We will prefer you to be on live. Now, if you can't be on for whatever reason, then watch the replay. But when you watch the replay, will you please comment and let us know that you watch? Please comment and give us something so we know that you're on. Yeah, let's do that. So make sure that you're on. Now, the last Tuesday in this month, if I'm not mistaken, it's either, is it the 31st? Might be the 31st. I think it is. Which will be He Said, She Said. This is where we pick a topic that's not just for women. It's for men and women. And it's a panel. We want people to join us, to give their take on the topic, have a discussion. We want to get the perspective from the men and the women. We know we have female entrepreneurs on here, but we also, that one Tuesday, the last Tuesday in every month, is He Said, She Said. So we want the women to say what the women have to say, and we want to hear from the men's side. Y'all, this is a no judgment zone. This is everybody's opinion counts. We just want to hear what you have to say. Some people have been a little gun shy. They don't want to come on. You don't have to come on and stay if you don't want to. Just come in and say a little bit, and then get off. Or if you like me, who has no problem being on camera now, I will come on and stay and just put my 2 cents in the entire time. We want that too. We want this to be a great discussion. So we want everybody to be on the last Tuesday. Now, we're not going to spill the beans just yet. To let you know what the topic is, we'll let you know. And when we do, all you have to do is either reach out to myself or reach out to Morgan, or put a message on the House of Peach page and say, hey, I want to participate with the He Said, She Said panel. I want to be on. I want to weigh in on the topic. You're more than welcome. We have no respect to person. Everybody's welcome. How about that? All right. Let's see. I see some comments. Although they're not popping up here, they're popping up on my page. Hey, Jason, I see you. Hey, Eli, I see you. Charla, thank you. She says, I'm so excited for what God's doing, what's going on for the rest of this year. Yes, we are excited too. Hey, Sister Moten, how you doing? Eli said, me too, Charla. Yes, we are excited. We are going up and up and up, right? Absolutely. It gets better. It gets greater. There gets more. We expand. You know, there's a scripture, the prayer of Jabez says, God, enlarge my territory. Guess what? The House of Peach's territory is about to be blown up. Are y'all ready for that? All right. Let me calm down. I've gotten very excited. Okay, let me calm down. Today, all right. Hey, Cedric, my brother. Hey, let's talk about today. Y'all saw who my guest is. My girl, Nicole. Listen, Nicole and I grew up together. We grew up together. We went to church together. We just, and God has blessed this woman tremendously, like blown her up. She started a business and it's expanded so rapidly, so quickly in multiple areas. Unbelievable, but very believable. So, what I will tell you is the favor that's on her life, the season that she's in, the doors that God has opened. Oh my goodness. We're going to have, she's here and we're going to talk about it. I titled this A Beautiful Magnolia because magnolia is one of the words in her business, and she's going to tell you about it. Only she can tell it better than I can. Are y'all ready? Y'all need to fasten your seatbelts because I guarantee you. Now, I've watched some of her lives that have not just her basic lives that she's come on to share her heart. If y'all thought that was good, like I got stirred up from that, she's getting ready to share some amazing, phenomenal stuff with us on tonight. She is. So without further ado, I want to bring my girl on, Nicole Rice. I know she's backstage, so let's bring her to the stage. Hey, girl, what's going on? Oh my goodness. Hey, Evangelist Adams. Hey, Prophet Massey. I see y'all on here. Oh my goodness. I have been trying I had you on for last month, right? And then we had the switchers. See, y'all, she's so busy and she doing big boss lady things that she had to I needed to go through her assistant to get on her schedule. So she had to get that straight. So we got her on because I'm like, look, whatever date you need me to change it to, we will make the adjustments. I just don't want that this year to go by and you not have an opportunity to be on. And I'm so happy that you're here. Oh my god, brings back memories to us growing up together. Oh my goodness.
No, for a while when you were doing the exercise, like I couldn't take with that was kind of travel. Was like I look at I gotta get doing something. Tab.
Can we shout out the Tab?
So, you know, it made I've just been watching you and I'm so
oh
no.
See, I am so glad that you said that because people they don't believe it. Like, nah, you weren't like that. It takes people that grew up with me that will tell you this is not the April that we grew up with. Totally not. But yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Well, let's. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is the first thing I want you to do. For those that don't know you, we want to get a little personal background on you. Then we'll get into your entrepreneurship trek and where you are now. So let's get a little background on Nicole. Oh my God, I just lost her. That's all right. She's coming back. And until that, I will expand on this a little bit. No, this April that you see today is not the April that I was growing up. Many people can tell you, you would not get not a word out of me. Yes. So God has done a work on me. All right. Are you back?
Let's put this by the
Some technical difficulty. That's
I'm gonna
okay.
get Mama to sit this
That's how you know
her
this
by
about
your window.
This is about to be good.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good now. So,
Okay.
introduce myself. My name is Nicole Rice, better known me by Nicole Moten. My husband is Minister Gene Rice. I'm the mother of 7 children, 30 to 8 years old. Um, I was a military spouse for 20, almost 21 years. And so we decided to retire. We retired from Fort Benning, Georgia. We traveled a lot. And when he retired, I was doing the nanny agency. And so we had built this beautiful home in Waverly Hall. And God just spoke to me and my husband both, and he said, just take a leap of faith, and I'm getting ready to shift you. And literally, my home, when we sold it, it was only right at 2 years old. So we brand new, beautiful home from the out there every day, watching it being built, and God, I say shift. So,
Wow.
however, I think people, as I was growing up, I think people assumed I'm a very, how can I say this? So let me say this: when people do not recognize your anointing, they will always say, or it's uncomfortable for them. They'll say, "You're conceited. You think you this. You think you all that." So I let people put those things on me, which I was never that.
Mm-hmm.
And through my life, it kind of always bothered me that people assume that, oh my gosh, she thinks she's pretty, she thinks she's this. And so then it would make me want to downplay myself to fit in the said something about fitting in the room the other day. So, and I'm gonna get back to that as well. But but I always knew that my spirit was in it. It wasn't that, it was just that God called me as a child. And I carried this anointing and did not know what it was. I did not know how to develop it or anything. So the first thing I would say is stop saying that someone's conceited, or just because you cannot the anointing or the gift that they have on their life at that particular time. Stop saying those different things. It's because you're uncomfortable with the identity.
Yeah.
So I would say too, basically back to the house. God say shift. And I'm like, okay, baby, let's sell the house. I'm not attached to material things. A lot of people probably thought I was crazy. But it's like, okay, whatever you want to do. He said, first we tried, we went to Valdosta. We tried to retire in Valdosta, but God was just not having it. And he was like, no, I got something else for you. I want to take you higher. And if you don't listen to me, you're gonna miss it. And
Right.
I went to Florida, and I was like, okay, we're gonna, and I've been in the medical field for over 25 years, going on 27 years now. So 7 years. But at the time it was 25 years. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to open, in-home care business in Florida. Florida, within 3 weeks, I had my first client, which was a 24-hour care client.
Wow.
So there, yes. And so I was driving back and forth from Valdosta. I was like, oh God, I can't keep doing this. And, then I told my husband, I said, what we're going to do. And he said, you know what, let's just do it. So I started off in the most weirdest place to me, because I had never heard of an island. Fernando Beach, Amelia Island, Yulee. I had never heard of this place. And so when God shifted me, we moved. And when we moved, it was totally a leap of faith, out of the norm for us, but we did it. So, once we got there, God just was almost like he went before me and he began. All I had to do really was walk in the doors.
Right.
And if people, I can't even explain it. It feels like like I'm stuck in a dream. I can't really explain. But if I had to say anything to people tonight, people start businesses or in business, I would say you definitely got to hear from the Lord. You got to making moves without him is a dangerous move, especially when you are giving up something or
Right.
you're like, yes, it's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
So
let's pause here because you've said a lot already and we haven't
I've said a
even
lot.
gotten into the business. And so as you were
Mm-hmm.
talking, you know, we are so similar, you and I, because
Mm-hmm.
people are very judgmental and
Yes.
they look at you one way and they just
Mm-hmm.
automatically get these preconceived notions about you and they're saying things, but what it does is those words, you know, that thing we said, sticks and stones may break my bones but words will never hurt me. That's a lie, because words do hurt, because what it did, it
Yes.
caused you to keep yourself back and
Right.
down instead of walking in who you knew you were or felt you were being pushed to, and you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't bloom. And I think about the title, Beautiful Magnolia. Flowers bloom. They start off one way, but they get the nurturing that they need. You know, God is
Yes.
amazing how he gives me stuff. They get the nurturing that they need to
Yes.
grow. So when we get out of that mindset, you know, especially for those that want to start businesses, you got to stay laser focused. You
Laser
cannot be
focused.
concerned with what other people are saying, because then you can't bloom into this beautiful magnolia. You're going to stay
Right.
still in the ground. You're
Right.
not, but you
That is
overcame
true.
that and taking a
Mm-hmm.
leap of faith and say, you know what? I'm going to listen to God. I'm going to do what he
Mm-hmm.
says do. I don't care what y'all say, how y'all see it, how you
Right.
view it, what you think. Keep talking, but keep watching while you're talking. And
That's
because of
right.
that, you are
Mm-hmm.
now where you are.
Yes.
You
Yes.
are where you are. Oh my goodness. So you, within 3 weeks of starting, you have your first client,
Mm-hmm.
24-hour care. And that's a lot. That is a
Yes.
lot to do
Yes.
for one client. So then
Yeah, it
now
is.
you expand. And on top of this, you build a house and you live, you sell it. Wow.
Yes.
Did you,
Yeah. Yeah.
how
It's
did
really
you even,
crazy because it was 6 bedroom, 0.5 baths. I mean, like I said, we built it from the ground. Like we drove out there every day. And, you know, but I wanted to, I felt like I wanted to prove something to God. I wanted to prove to him that I was not attached to materialistic things. I know that we're all going to, die and leave these things here. To show, I wanted to do something crazy. I
mm,
wanted to, um, I just for everything he had already done for us, which I can't even
yeah.
begin to tell you my husband's testimony when he retired and he got everything he needed on the first round. Approved
Wow.
everything, yes. And I can't even, that's his testimony, but everything was approved on the first round, everything. So he was set.
Mhm.
So, I just felt like, okay, God, you've brought us through, he's kept us. And, a lot of people really like, wow, they just built that house. But guess what? If I had
Mm.
not left that house, my God, my God,
You would not be where you are today
I
in
would not be.
everything.
Yeah,
And God
yes,
does that. And he tests us to see just how much we'll hold on to something and harbor it. It's like
yes,
I'm a sower. I'm a seed sower, financial
yes,
seed.
yes,
And I don't care what I have. Here, whatever it could be, the
yes,
last little bit. Here, God, I'm doing this by faith. And God wants to know, can I
Right.
trust you with greater finances? Because if you're hoarding and holding on to everything you have, like that's it, then you keep your hands closed to where I
Yes.
can't bless you
Yes.
with anything else. And you
Yes.
said, I wanted to prove to God, not to man. You said, I want to prove to God the only one that we are living to please is God. So, God, I'm proving to you that I trust you. So I'm gonna open my hand. And as much as I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this, we're gonna sell this house. Just built it, my specifications, what I wanted. I'm gonna let it go. Wow.
Can
He
I
said,
trust
okay.
you?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
trust
go
you?
ahead. Go
Can
ahead.
I trust
Yeah.
you with the finances, you with the people? Can I trust you with the vision? Can I trust you with the, I can go on. That's not trust you. So many people say they
Right.
want it, but God,
Right.
he does not want to give anything to hold on to. Like he's not blessing us financially to just say, only slide my mama something. I can only slide, my cousin, my family. He wants us, the Bible says, much is given,
much is required.
much is
Absolutely.
required.
Absolutely.
And so, and we are been sores. Now let me tell you, when I first married my husband, I wouldn't holler with it. I was like, it's like your money be growing, so you be like, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, that's a lot of time. And I'm just being honest, because I'm like, baby, wait a minute, how much time? And even now, I'm like, how much? It's but his things want to know if he can trust you.
Yeah.
And if you trust me, Lord, I promise you I would not be. Now I ain't just giving it away. I'm using wisdom.
Yeah. Right.
But blessing people. Not only with finances, but knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we think about
and
the
not
life of Jesus and
only
what he
family.
right. He didn't just pick and choose who he was going to bless. He didn't pick and choose who he was going to have dinner with. He didn't pick and choose who he was just going to go around. He healed those that needed to be healed. Though, especially those that didn't believe. Here, let me come over here because y'all skeptical. Let me show you who I am. And so he did that. And so as we should be sowers, we should be givers. But you said use wisdom, and that's the key. We got to use wisdom. All right, now let's go on shift because we can preach a whole sermon. We can tag team preach today, and we're not gonna tag team preach. Maybe at the end we'll give them a little gravy, but right now let's talk about this business. So
Magnolia Grace Senior Care. Okay.
Yes. How did you come up with the name? Let's go with that.
So believe it or not, oh my God, believe it or not, I got a business coach from Atlanta, Georgia. And I called, I was like, we were coming up with names. I was coming up with names. She said, no. I come up with another name. I even came up with home care, something. She, go pray. Go pray. That ain't it. Baby, when I came that Magnolia Grace, she said,
that's it.
But for over 4 weeks, every time I would call her with a name, I was so excited. What do you think? I'm ready to file the name. That ain't it. That ain't it. Wow. I'm like, okay. So when we finally got it, I was like, oh, hallelujah. And it has been a game changer. Wow. My children's life, my family. Now we are in Fernandina Beach, Amelia Island. We just finished Jacksonville, Florida. We're already in Boca Raton, finalizing Fort Lauderdale, and forget about. We just put in the paperwork for Sweet, Georgia. So, and I'm stopping. Yes. because I was getting calls from this area. So from the
Mm.
St. Mary's, Kingsland, Brunswick. And so I
Mm-hmm.
said, I was sending them to, at first I was just like, I'm not looking back. I ain't got time for that. So I was sending them to my friend who had an agency, and I was sending them to her. And then people called, but they would say, we've heard so much about you. We just love what you're doing. We want you to take care of our mom. So finally I got a 24-hour care client, and I had to pass it along. I almost got sick. Yeah. So I said, okay. I said, well, I'm gonna, and I had to pass it along because, I think that was God saying, okay, don't be stubborn here. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And we prayed about
Mm.
it, and we, just finalized all that good stuff. So, but God has been amazing. Magnolia Grace has been amazing. I just shut the nanny agency down. Uh,
Oh,
you know,
did you?
Yes, because I just couldn't do it. The business just took off so fast, and but I am going to be helping other people open up nanny agencies, because that is what I'm a pro at, is helping people open up nanny agencies all over the world, and especially military spouses and things like that, because I'm a military spouse and it's hard for them to find jobs and income. So I'm going to pass that wisdom along, but I'm not the pro in starting agency. I have a guru that I go to for all my stuff, and her name is Latoya. So
Okay.
I go to she does all our paperwork, she does everything for us, and she's amazing. So yes, I have.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, how quickly did this expansion take place with Magnolia Grace? Because from what I saw, things were happening so fast. The next thing I know, there was another post about opening here and another post. And I'm like, now, wait a minute. Didn't she yesterday open up one? But it seemed to happen
Yeah.
really quickly.
Okay, so I want to I can't it's so long to even just go through all of this, but I'm going to try to make it short and sweet as I can. So this is where I say, um where God places you and he's told you to go, he will make provision for you. And where it says in the Bible, he will make your gift,
Will make room for you.
will make
Yes.
room. Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just like, it happens so quick. But let me tell you about the favor of God.
Mm.
Okay. So, I'm a person, I love people. I've always loved people. I love children. That's why I'm the mother of 7 children. I wish I could have more, but I can't. I'm
Jesus.
still trying to talk my husband into adopting us a little girl, but he ain't really feeling it. But I would love to. Um, but I opened up in Amelia Island. I met so many wonderful people, so many doctors, and I ran up on this one of my clients, and their family just loves me, and we're all still friends today, even though she's not my client anymore. She moved into assisted living. Oh, and that's another arena. I can't do it, but I would love to put somebody on to the helping people get into the assisted living. I can't do it, but I would love to tell somebody how to do it. It's a great income if you can help place people.
Mm.
But she's in assisted living now, but her family, her children, she had a friend in Boca Raton, and advised me to go. He needed help. I need you to go see about him. I'm like, you know what? I'm not, for months she asked me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to travel. I don't know about all that. So I finally, he fell. So I finally went down there to see about him, and made a decision quickly, that I was going to open there once I seen the need, met so many
Mm.
wonderful people, and I opened up in Boca Raton. So it's really a word of mouth. It wasn't no big, like, I didn't advertise there, any of that. It was just, I have someone there I need you to go see about. So a lot of people from this area have people in that area. So, or either they're moving from that area, or and shifting. So now
Mhm.
I service, both areas, and it's just been amazing.
You talked about favor, and even
Mm-hmm.
when you talk about that location, you weren't looking to do anything. You just went to see about one person, but because favor, and I just see that everywhere you go, your spirit is dispersed, and so then it opens up stuff for you. So
Mm-hmm.
when you go places, just that's what I see. Okay, that's what I see, and I don't try to see stuff, but I see stuff. So that's what.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go somewhere else and it's like, oh, we need to open up here, don't be surprised. That's what it is. But favor, that's
Yes.
one thing is recognizing what you are pulled to.
Mm-hmm.
What motivates you, what gets you excited, and then you didn't have to go. And if
Mm-mm.
you did not go, then you would have missed out on the smooth transition of
Right.
opening another location. So some
Right.
people miss out on new businesses or new ventures because they are disobedient and stubborn. But
Right.
you waited for months, and God knew. That's the thing, he knew. He's like, this one, she gonna wait a few months, but that's okay. I'm gonna hold it for her, because when she
Right.
makes that initial visit, then she's gonna know without a doubt this is where she
Right.
needs to be. Now, also for y'all that are watching, she said that she would like to get somebody in the nanny business and in the assisted living placement. She wants to pour into you because she said it was some good money. Did y'all hear that? She said that. Now, those two things do not excite me. They do not
Mhm.
motivate me. So that is not for me. But however, for any of you who are listening and watching, and you're like, I like taking care of people. I like seeing people get well. I like doing all of this. Y'all better contact her because she got some wisdom.
Love it.
Wow.
I don't I and that popped into my lap too, but I have decided I have to say no to something. I
Mhm.
can't, I got to focus on what, I'm a care manager
Mhm.
and, I own the agency. So I have to say no to, even though it would make sense, for me to get a department and say, okay, our clients don't want to live at home anymore.
Mm.
Let's help them transition into the assisted living.
Yeah.
But it's just too much work
Yeah.
for us to add all those departments.
Right.
But I'm willing to. It's You can work from home and do it. All you got to do is just, love people, get started on it. I know a man that actually helps people set up their systems for that. So I can help someone else do it, but it's just not for me.
But
Yeah.
she has the
But I'm willing. Yeah. But I'm willing to call you and say, hey, let's do business. I got a client that's ready to transition to the assisted living.
mm,
Can you do all the work? Can you go to the assisted living and get all the information for the family and
right.
all of this? You know, assisted living placements are, they run around about $5,000 to $7,000 per placement.
Whoa. Y'all hear that?
Mhm.
5 to 7K per placement. Wait a minute.
Mhm.
Let me rethink this. Let me no. I got enough going on and I got a different direction to go in. But
Yeah.
y'all, this is one of the reasons why we have this podcast. And this is another reason why you need to tune in every single Tuesday, because you
Yes.
never know who will be on there that has the information that you need, the connection that you need to get to your next level. Like so
That's right.
many of us are looking for wealth. We're looking for financial freedom. We're looking for time freedom so we can spend time with families. We can travel. We can do all of these things. We can help other people. But the Bible does say that money answereth all things. So if you don't have money, how you gonna answer? How you gonna do things? So you need to be, I'm gonna tell you, like my director from school said, it would behoove you to be
Mhm.
on Tuesdays so you can get this information, because right here, Nicole has given you 2 streams of income that she can pour into you and connect you with the right people. Oh my goodness.
Yes. And let me say this. For the people that, okay, there's a certain profile for being nanny agency owners. So everybody just can't be a nanny agency owner. And this is why, and I want people to be successful.
Mhm.
So for me to coach someone, mentor someone, give them all my information, you have to be coachable, and you have to why do you want to be a nanny agency owner? I love children, you got to love families, but you have to have a story, because your story is what sells. Your story is what pulls the families
Yes.
in. I'm the mother of 7 children, 30 to 8 years old. Yeah, I got to be crazy, but I love it. So my grandmother had 14 children, and my mother was the only girl. So I grew up on chicken and biscuits and pound cake. You know what I'm saying? So people want to feel the love from you. It's really my passion. It's really who I am. I love people. And so, but the other part of this thing is I want people to know that it's not easy. It's not all grits and eggs. Like there's some pressure, some discipline,
Mhm.
some a lot of things, trying to balance a marriage, trying to balance kids, travel. It is a lot to be a business owner.
Yeah.
But through the grace of God, he right companion. My husband, he's so amazing. And we make it work. But it hasn't been easy. I've lost a lot of money. But hey, when you hit goal, you ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've lost a lot of money. Yeah, I lost a lot of money,
Yeah.
wasted a lot of money, made some bad choices, but that comes
Mhm.
through discipline and learning and adventures. And a lot of things were invented on mistakes.
Mm.
So my formula for in-home care and things like that is what I can say is nobody is doing it like me. I'm a very involved owner. It may be me working in your house. It may be a caregiver. You will never know until the end of the day that if, oh my God, that was the owner working that day. Yeah, I have to work too. If somebody call out, holidays coming up, we're going to do shift changes. I'm involved. I'm very personal with my caregivers. I'm very personal with my families. And
Mhm.
that's just the way God gave it. That's the way I do it. So, but
let's talk about this why. So you
mhm.
said you got to have a why do you want to do this? And I remember Morgan, who hosts the show with me, she says when you own a business, the people are actually buying you.
Right.
It's who they are. It's
Right.
because there's so many people that have your type of business, but there's something unique about you that makes them want to come. So what is the reason?
Right.
What is your drive? They got to see that you want this. They got to see that you are
That's
excited
right.
about it and that you have a love for it, which there may be another competitor that may be a lower rate than you, but they don't get the same personal kind of attention
Right.
and care that they would get from
Right.
you. And then they will say, there's just something about you. Well, that's a favor of God. You may not recognize
Yes.
it, but that's what it is. So people are buying us before they even, if they're sold on you, whatever your business is, they're taking it. They're sewing
Right.
into it. They're utilizing your services. They're talking about you to other people. And that's what happened with you. Like, oh, we've heard so much about you. Come on. So have a why. Have a why.
Yes.
That's
And people, they've seen me all on I get calls from all over the world. I get calls, people wanting me. They can hire me. I am hireable. For a very good price, I'm hireable.
right.
But I if I can say I can't do it, but I do know another agency there. No. I need you to come. We only want you to, be with our mother, blah, blah, blah. I do vacation care, which is where I travel and give families vacation that are taking care of their mothers or their father care. They want to go on vacation without them. I go for 2-3 weeks, whatever. And people now call me, they call me the celebrity caregiver and the GOAT caregiver. I don't call, and that's another thing. I don't call myself the GOAT. I don't call myself those things. That's what my the people have given me. And
Mhm.
so I'm just like, okay, God, thank you. But I do that. But like Christmas is crazy. People are trying to book us for vacation care, and I'm having to turn people away. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm only one person. Now, last year, I did not celebrate Christmas with my family until 4 or 5 days after Christmas
Oh, wow.
because a family hired me. So I planned Christmas um afterwards. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Someone put in the chat and says the people have spoken. Yes, they have. They
yeah.
wanted the golden caregiver. And you don't have to. You don't have to put your label on your name at all. When the people do it, that's because they see who you are.
Mhm.
And you're just humble enough, and you've always been humble because you just
Oh,
love people.
I
Oh
have
my
always
goodness.
loved people.
Always been that way. Now let's talk. You touched on this a little bit, but I want to expand on it more because you
Mhm.
talked about you being away from family and having to navigate with your marriage and with your children because you don't have like one or two kids, you have 7 children. So
Mhm.
that's a lot of responsibility, and then you're married and responsibilities as a wife.
Mhm.
How in the world do you balance that?
So I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not doing it by myself. I have an amazing nanny. I have an amazing personal assistant, Janelle. I love her so much. Without her, I wouldn't have been reminded about this video today. She's like, I know you're out of town getting your hair done. You forgot about this. And I say, I got my laptop and stuff with me. She was like, okay. So without her reminding me and just keeping me, you got to be here, you got to be there. My nanny, my husband, just filling in, helping us raise our children. 4 of them are grown, but the last 3 are 14, 8, and 9. But you know, there's a lot of sacrifice. I mean, there's some days I could be, tail, and he'll call and he'll say, they did this today. And I'm just like, oh, I wish I could be there. But
Mm,
it's just, I suck it up and I move on. That is why, too, I'm saying you have to have wisdom when people, are calling and asking for money. I'm like, do you really know how hard I'm working? Like, being away
mhm,
from my family, being away from my children. Like, I didn't go to many things last year, last year, the school term, but this year I'm able to be a little more active because I put the work in. But
mhm,
last year, my nanny and my husband did a lot of showing up at the school. It broke me, but God
mhm.
said, I gave you permission to go. They're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. Okay, go, 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 go. And that's what I did. And I was out there and I did the work. I labored. And, I can't express enough that even though you're doing the work, you must plan. I know a lot
Mm.
of us want to do business, but we got to plan, you know, and what I would say is if you have a coach or a consultant and you're still in 2023 and you're not in almost the middle of 2024 with your planning and almost to the end of 2024, then I would rethink that because
Mm,
planning is so important.
right.
Planning, and now I'm getting ready to plan with my whole team. Me and my husband have done a lot of planning sessions, but now he's like, babe, you're doing growth. I think your whole team, everybody in your office need to go on this planning. I'm like, well, dang, how much this gonna cost? But it's like, he like, but
Wait a minute, let me count my coins here. Wait a minute, what's going on?
I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, everybody needs to go. That's a part of your office team and your development. you know I grew so fast, but guess what? I had a lot of my clients are very wealthy people. They quickly pull me to the side. Do you have a CPA? Do you have this? Do you have this set up? Just I'm like, oh wow, I got to get all my stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately got an attorney, immediately got a CPA. The part about this business that probably eats me up the most is taxes.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
but I still thank God for it, and we're still moving, we're still growing, and I'm just grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So y'all, you gotta have all your ducks in a row. You just can't jump and not plan. You start off with an idea, a desire. But
Mhm.
one thing that Nicole has said that really resonated with me is having a coach. You have to have someone that you're accountable to, that can pour into you, that can let you know when it's a good idea and know when it is not a good idea. She
Yep,
had to come back many times with the name of the business before she finally got it. So you can't jump steps. You have to take the proper steps that you need to get to where you want to go.
that's
And
right.
having someone who has wisdom and that can direct you in the right way is invaluable. Like you really need to have that person that can
Mhm.
do that for you because you don't want to get caught up. Now, you talked about losses and you
Mhm.
said you lost a lot of money. And how did you keep yourself from saying, you know what? If I'm going to start losing like this, I don't want to do this. How did you keep yourself excited and motivated and pushing to go through? And shout out to Minister Rice because he's on here because I see him commenting. So kudos to you, sir, because you a strong man.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. So my husband, I wanted to give listen, I've come home crying. I've come home, you know, just yes. It's I wanted to give up. I'm not gonna lie. There were moments where I said, you know what, this it can't be this hard. And then when the
Mm,
tax thing was like, when I got real deep and in the tax, I'm like, what in the world is going on? You know, but I'm glad that I had him to push me. Even my children would say little things, Mommy, it's gonna be okay. Don't give up on your business. Are you
mm,
sad today, Mommy? It's gonna be okay. Just it was rough. It was rough, but you got to keep pushing. You got again your consultant, your coach. You got to keep planning. You got to find out what the default was and is, and
mm.
you got to maneuver through it and don't repeat it again.
Right, right.
So, but I can't stress enough that having the right people in your ear is so important.
Yeah, right.
And there's been a lot of sacrifice, a lot of I can't go to this, I can't go that, I gotta just stay focused on what I'm giving you. And when that egg cracks, it's just
Yeah,
it's a blessing.
right,
So
right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very important to have people who have your best interests at heart because
Hmm.
sometimes you can have the wrong people connected to you and they say they're for you and really they're not for you. And then you
Yes.
find that out because when things start going crazy, they go crazy, they disappear. And so then you're left alone. So it's good to have strong, committed, grounded people that can
Yes.
tell you when you're wrong, cheer you up when you're down and help push you to where you need to be. And
Right.
that's key. And then too, back to the wisdom, you got to use wisdom with who you need to
Right.
be connected to because you just can't connect to everybody. You just cannot
Yes.
because they're not going in the direction you're going. They can't see it the way because nobody can see it like you saw it. Nobody can see
Right.
the vision for the business like you saw it because God gave it to you. So
Right.
you got to be able to have people that you can share it with completely that will say, all right, I got you. And they
Mhm.
really, when they say they got you, they
I
got you.
got you. It's important to have a prayer team. I have a prayer team that specifically prays for my business all week.
Oh, wow.
Just constantly keeping Magnolia Grace up, blocking whatever the devil is trying to plan, blocking
Mhm.
everything, praying, 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 praying. Listen, I need to take them on vacation. That is the most, yes, that is the most important thing, is having to be able to call that prayer team and say, listen, this is what we're going through. This is what we need. This is, put it before the Lord, oh God, I
Wow.
can't even stress how important that is. Having a
Wow.
prayer team, and taking some downtime, and focusing on your business and what God has given you. Every door I go through, every just me being on TV, me being everywhere, God has just opened these doors. I'm not even looking for them, they're just opening.
Mm. It's
Just gotta,
open door
just
season.
open. It's open door season. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And if anybody, I mean, God has really favored me in a space that a lot of people are not able to even tap into. And I'm just
Wow.
grateful.
Wow. Well,
I'm so
shout out
grateful.
to Janelle for reminding you of tonight, because I did not
Yeah.
want to miss having you on. Oh my goodness. Now, for those of you that don't know, Nicole has been on TV
Mhm.
several times. And I'm not talking about you over here in my my makeshift studio in my garage. These
Mhm.
are well-known, influential stations, and
Mhm.
she's been on. Talk about your very first time being on TV and how that came about and what that was like for you.
So the very first time I was on TV was for the nanny agency about 7 years ago.
Mhm.
And I just, you know, built relationships with the networks. And then when I switched over to senior care, I called that agency back. I said, do you know anybody that in this area where I am right now? They said, oh my God, Nicole, yes, I know somebody. And they, just, I'm going to make a phone call for you. Now the commercial that I have out right now in Boca Raton, um, that was literally a godsend. Like I can't even,
Mhm.
I can't even touch that. Like it was just, you know, favor in
Mhm.
talking and knowing people and saying you have to be, we want to do your commercial. You're so amazing. What you're doing is amazing. A couple of my clients, their children are big dog attorneys and the TV industry and things like that. And they just, like I said, to God has just put me in a space that a lot of people, at a table that,
Mhm.
a lot of people have not been able to get in. And I'm just grateful. And I have so much, oh, just so much
Mhm.
look at my mom to my give God all the glory. I just give God all the glory. It's been amazing. But,
Yeah.
you know, when I came on, I didn't know what we was going to talk about. I didn't know what it was. I said, Lord, help me hold my tongue. Help me not preach. But help me just drop some word. But I really, really, maybe the next time I come on, I, let God, have his way and just, but it's been some work to get here. It has not been
Mhm.
easy. It's some discipline. It's some changes that you have to make. It's some fasting going on. It's some hearing from God. And a lot of people don't want to shift, but to get where God wants you to go, you have to be able to shift and
Yeah.
let go of things. And that's what we did. And I'm so grateful. And then what my client told me the other day, he said, Nicole, when you go into a room, read the room.
Mhm.
He said, but if the room don't fit you, leave the room. So
That's good.
So if the room ain't at a certain level, I'm leaving the room. And you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I don't have any more time, to just waste in rooms that either don't want me or
Right.
don't fit me or whatever. But I'm
Right.
walking in a lot of rooms.
Right.
I'm
Right.
walking in a
Right.
lot of rooms.
Yeah. And I can attest to that, because I would walk into rooms and I wouldn't be me. I would try to be like I thought people would want me to be and talk like they would want me to be. And now, because I've grown and matured, when I walk in a room, I'm walking in a room like
Mhm.
this is my room. And this is and it makes people look like, who is it? Because you walk with such confidence, knowing this is where I'm supposed to be. And if y'all not getting it, if y'all ain't feeling that, okay, like you said, I'm leaving, because this isn't my room. This isn't
Right.
where I'm supposed to be. This belongs to somebody else. Let me go and open up this other door and walk in this other room, because that must be my room, because this one isn't. But you got to be
Right.
confident in who you are and who God has created you to be in
Mhm.
order to have that, to be able to walk into those spaces. And one thing that I'm hearing that you've been saying is that, you know, God, number one, God has given you the favor, but he also put that in you. So he put that in you to be where you are. So when we
Yes.
walk in our purpose and we walk in our calling and we walk in the vein that we're supposed to be,
Yes.
we will find
Yes.
that things just unfold for you, and it's not going to be so tedious. Now, yes, you had some ups and downs, but you didn't give up, because you knew, even though you said, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, you knew deep down that you weren't supposed to give up. You knew deep down that this is where you're supposed to be. And God said, if you can just persevere, if you can just push through, if you can just stand firm, if you can just trust me and hold on and keep going, I'm gonna show you something that you ain't never seen. And I'm gonna open up some doors that you didn't even know could be open before. And that's what he has done. He has so favored you because you didn't give up and you pushed, because it was in you to do. And he expanded and will continue to expand, enlarge your territory. And then you not only will keep this just for you, you want to share it with others. Like, come on, if God can do this for me, if I can get to this point, then so can you. Here, I have what you need in order to get there. I have the connections. I have the insight, the wisdom that I can share with you. Now, what you do with it after I give it is up to you, but I got it. And so when God sees that we have, and a lot of us, and I'm gonna talk about us, we don't share the wealth. We want to hoard it. Go ahead, talk on it.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I wasn't gonna say that, but since you opened the door, I'm gonna go ahead and speak up.
It's open.
So yes. So there were times that when I was starting my business, I would reach out to certain people and I'll be like, well, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Do you know about this? And I was like, people really didn't want to give no information. They was like, I was like, what's up with this? Like, I'm willing to pay you for the information. Just let's just get to it. Come on,
Right.
I don't know what's wrong with us that we do that to each other.
Yes.
But what I can tell you right now, that I'm being mentored by a GOAT that can literally be charging me thousands and thousands of dollars. And she's already wealthy. She said, I'm not mentoring you guys for money. I'm mentoring you because I want you guys to do stuff right. I want you to do it from your heart. And I want you to know that the money and all that stuff, it'll come. But you got to do it from your heart. I'm like, you're not charging us to mentor us? Okay, if you go to my page, you'll see the picture. We're called the Professional Care Managers. And there's a GOAT in that group that's, no charge.
Wow.
And so I say to us, there's enough out here for everyone.
Absolutely.
There's enough. But I want you to know this too. Everybody cannot be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be a school teacher. Somebody has to be a firefighter. Somebody got to work at the gas station. But what else I want to drop with that is that you do not have to be an entrepreneur to be a millionaire. How do I know? Because I'm taking care of them.
Wow.
They just invested what they had. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Every you don't have to be an entrepreneur to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You just have to know how to invest
Right.
what you do have.
Right. And there
Okay.
again, getting a mentor, getting a coach, a
Mm-hmm.
guru in the investing world that can tell you how
Mm-hmm.
to do it, when to do it, and how to do it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't subscribe to people who don't want to help. Like, really? But all these millions of people in the world and all this money to be
Mm.
made, and you're thinking that I'm just gonna come along, and why are you so insecure like that? What's the issue here? But okay,
Yeah.
and then you're willing to pay them. That's the thing. Like, you're not giving me the information for free. I'm going to pay you for it,
Yeah.
and you still don't want
Yeah.
to. But yeah, just like our guest here said, gatekeepers. Yeah, they don't want you to have it here. No,
Yes.
you can't come through here. This is my space. This is where I am. But no longer. We should not be like that any longer. We're supposed to be helpers one to another. We're supposed to help each other.
Yes.
That's what we're supposed to do. Oh my goodness. All right. So, a beautiful magnolia. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how God gives me these titles for these shows, I cannot, they just drop and they always line up. Talk about a beautiful magnolia and what this title means to you in your life, your walk, your business, everything. Just talk about what that means.
The magnolia flower is a very beautiful flower. And when I first started my business, um, I wanted people to bloom. My little motto was like, bloom with us, bloom, grow with me, because I'm not a perfect person. I don't want to come across to that I know everything. I wanted people to bloom with me and see and get to know this flower.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've been doing on this journey, I've entered so many families, and we have built so many solid relationships with the families that we've entered their homes, you know, with their loved ones, and it's been a beautiful magnolia experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm about. I'm about the experience, and experience my love, experience my team love, um and let us bloom in your space.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I have a message uh on my phone right now from a family, and what they were saying to me that when we started doing 24-hour care, they thought it was really, really going to be weird. But, you know, at the end of the day, we became family.
Mm-hmm.
So we may come as strangers, but when Magnolia Grace Senior Care leaves, we will leave as family.
Yeah.
And my process oh, this is another thing. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus. It's not all about in Amelia Island in Jacksonville, Florida. We are known as one of the highest paying agencies for our families. It's about them growing as well, being able to pay their bills and come to work not stressed. And I love my caregivers. Like, everybody that works for me, I know them by name. I understand their stories, that with their children. I they invite me to birthday parties. I love my team. I love them, because without them, I could do none of this.
Mm-hmm.
Without them, I mean, there's no way I could be in 30
Mm-hmm.
homes. There's just no way. I love my family. They're my family. I love them, and I want them to be able to work for Magnolia Grace and purchase homes and purchase cars and provide for their families, but pay for this expensive groceries. So, and because of that, we've just become an elite family. People call us oh my God, those caregivers are amazing. And I tell people, I train them, not just tell them, I train them.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this is how we're going to be able to do this.
Right.
And if you do this and you sacrifice up front, and you do this and change your hair and do, it's a working process. Like, you can't come to work with blue hair.
Yeah.
You just can't. You
Right,
know,
right. There's a
I'm like,
standard.
honey, come on. You can't come to work with your fingernails 2 miles long. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
And so when I'm talking to the girls and they're like, but then down the line, they was like, oh my God, Mr. Cole, I'm so glad you talked to me. I'm so glad. I'm just so, just in this environment, we're a team. So I love my caregivers. I really do. And I appreciate them. And so um, that's what it's about. Just being a family all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And the experience that because we have love in our family, we're able to spread it to the families that we care for.
Right, right. Well, shout out to the caregivers for us. Magnolia Grace Senior Care LLC. Your director loves y'all. And that's
Love them.
important because you are only as successful as your team. If your team is successful, you're successful. You all are successful together. And a lot of people work. I saw a thing on Instagram today of a nurse who committed suicide, and she wrote a note to her abuser, which was her job. And
What?
so many people are working. Yeah, so many people are working and they're not getting the recognition, the care, the understanding from their employers. But the fact that you do that says a lot about who you are. And that will bring more
Yes.
people in because that infiltrates into your staff who
Yes.
then now the family see it and that makes them talk even more, and the next thing you know, you're going to be like, okay, we're going to have to open up in what area and it's just
Right.
going to keep growing, and that's great, and I love
Yes.
that. So y'all heard the name of her business is Magnolia Grace Senior Care LLC.
Yes.
Y'all need to check her out in multiple areas in Florida, and she's migrating up in Georgia. Who knows? Y'all check Nicole out in 2024. We don't know where she's going to be next. I don't
Girl, I
know.
gotta put a hold on this thing. Oh my God. But I did have had a couple of meetings, with people who want me to become a franchise, but I am just scared of that space. I feel like I have no control, and listen, I love to have control of my brand. And so some spaces I'm just like, I don't think God wants me to be a corporate like that. I love the personal part of it. I want to just go to my homes and love my families and give them what they need. I don't really think I want to go in that space. I've turned it down a couple of times already now, but if I can help someone, I try to help them. If, like I said, if anybody's interested in a nanny agency, the only thing I can say, do your research before you start a business. Do your research. Before I opened up in Boca Raton, I looked at my competitors. Before I opened up in Fort Lauderdale, who is my competition? And you have to do a lot of research. You just can't go and say, oh, I want to start a t-shirts business. Well, there's already 500 here. Like, how can you make a profit really if you have 500 other t-shirt businesses? So make sure your business is a need. If it's a need, it'll become a want. And so, I want it. I have to have it, So, we don't take every client. Another thing is, I don't, my business, all of them are private pay. So a lot of my clients, like I said, they are the elite. And unfortunately, I haven't got into the Medicaid. I've thought about it, but I just don't need to, so I haven't. And I want to stay in that area and that level because I want to pay my caregivers what I pay them. I want them to be able to make an income and be stress free and coming to work and being able with Starbucks cups. I'm like, does everybody do I need to invest in a Starbucks? Because everybody coming in the door, and every time I go to a client's house, Starbucks in there. So if you work at Starbucks, definitely purchase their timeshare program and their stock. Definitely get involved in that because they got some good stock. So if you work at Starbucks, get that stock. Yeah. So,
wow.
but yeah.
Well, y'all, Nicole has come and dropped it on us for this show. I am
Oh,
so excited that you were able to be on. I am even more excited at what you shared. You have excited me and inspired me. I'm getting ready. Let me go
oh,
ahead in my prayer closet. Lord, you got to talk now. You already doing a lot, but I want to make sure that I'm on point, because
mhm.
there's so many things that God brings to us. And if we don't pay attention and we don't walk in that, we miss it. And I don't want to miss anything that God is doing. But I'm happy for what He's doing in your life, what He's
Thank
done in
you.
your family's life, like
Thank you.
where He's taking you. You just continue to be who you are and continue to hear God,
Thank you.
continue to be obedient to God and doing what He wants you to do. I know those families, your families that you service are completely blessed by having you and your team in their homes, and that says a lot about who you are and a lot about your
Thank
team,
you.
because that same way that you are, you want to make sure your team is the same way and they appreciate that. So, oh wow,
Thank you so much.
it has been so great having you on here, and
It's not
we
enough
haven't seen.
time.
I know, right? I know. We need to plan. Well, we need to plan some time. How are we
Yeah.
gonna do that with you going places and me going places? We got to figure that out. But we have not seen each other, y'all. Nicole and I have not seen each other since we were kids. It's been a
Yes.
while.
Yes.
Been a while.
Yes.
But
But God
thank
is
you so
good.
much. He is. He is amazing. I hope y'all have enjoyed our show for tonight. It has been powerful. And Morgan, I have missed you. I don't know if you watching or not. You gonna watch the replay, but just know that I have missed you. But we carried on. We pray safe travels for you and your family on your way to
Yes.
have an amazing time. And I'm ready to talk, and we'll see you on next week. But y'all, if you have not subscribed to the House of Peach, I would like for Peach, if she can, I don't know where in the screen you're going to put it, but if you can put that QR code, bam, look at that. Peach is the GOAT. She knows what to do. There is the QR code. Scan that with your phone and subscribe. That way you can get notifications on events, when we're live, things that we have going on. We want you to
Mhm.
participate. You need to share this broadcast out today. You need to share this. This was power pack. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I really feel like I feel it like up in here. I feel it like up in here. I'm trying to calm it down. But we want you to subscribe because we want you to share this with others. We want you to
Yes.
constantly be a part of what's going on here at the House of Peach. We're here to inspire you, motivate you, push you to your next level, not only in your business, but in your personal life as well.
Yes.
So until
Yes.
next Tuesday, at the
Yes.
same time, on this same platform with me
Mhm.
and Morgan and our next guest, we shall bid you adieu. We hope you have a phenomenal evening and remainder to your week. Nicole, I love you. Thank you so much for
Love you
being
too. Thank you so much.
right. All right, y'all. We
Good
will
night.
see you on next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
glow, glow. Hey, yeah, I'm so extra. Express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, what more do you say? Coming up. Yeah.